There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, and I am coming in way too hot. Got to turn that down just a little bit there. Excuse me. I am on SirDimwi, and welcome to another exciting matchup of Echo Arena presented by VRML. And excuse me, just a moment. Right after getting in there and sending the pings out to the teams that they are good to go, the teams decided that they needed to find a better server. So we will be waiting for that re-invite. But while we wait, I will give the pre-game rundown here. We've got I'm not sure which team is going to be on which color. But Skull-Crusaders. That's a team of Saucy Ant Gas, also known as Anthony Gasolini, Oculizator, Filibust, and Asgod. They're going to be coming in with an MMR of 1140, a record of 2-5 with the loss versus Guinness on Tuesday. And then they're up against Genesis. That's a team of H Money, Jay Tabeka, Caden, Knife Rich, Azon, and Keith. They're coming in with an MMR of 1160, just about 20, give or take, above Skull-Crusaders with a record of 4-5. With a loss versus Milk last night, in fact. And so I am just I will now be awaiting new invites here to the new server whenever that one gets going. And so in the meantime, I'm going to turn the music up a little bit and silence myself. And we're just gonna hold tight here for just a moment. What did I say? Did I not say H Money? Is it not H Money? Is he not on the team anymore? I mean, according to their roster. But I don't know. Am I saying it wrong? Oh, am I not supposed to say H? Is it money? Money like where or what? Like money. Yeah. So like I said, I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit and go silent for just a moment until we get these invites and I can get resituated here, and I will be ready to go. So just hold tight. All right, and we are back. I am now in the game here. I just need to get one other thing ready. I did go ahead and ping the teams as well. You cannot currently hear the teams saying that they are good to go, but they are good to go. So I will unmute that. Oop, that has gone offline again. That's not good. Get the gameplay here. Round one start. And there we go. All right. So both these teams are now ready to go. I believe they have swap sides again. So currently up at the top. The team names are incorrect, but if you give me just one moment, I'll get a handle on that. But Caden going to send that one down. A little bit of a race here. We're going to take that to the sideline cam right quick, and I will get the teams swapped up appropriately. There we go. So that is Skull-Crusaders on orange and Genesis on blue. And there we go. All right, we are off finally. All right, Asgod back to Oculizator. Oculizator, they're throwing it around a little bit here. Anthony Gasolini now going to look over his options here. I'll try to move this one into the Genesis zone. He is snuck up on from behind there by Azon, but Azon not able to handle that one. And that one gets tapped back to Oculizator. Oculizator under a lot of pressure there, but he gets that pass over to Saucy, but Saucy gets stunned out. And now it's going to get sent back down into the Skull-Crusader zone. And, ooh, nice move there from Oculizator as he sends that one out. And a little bit of a race for it. H-Money going to get there first. So H-Money now looking to do something with it here. Going to stall a little bit, try to draw Saucy out, and he does. So he gets that one up to Caden. Caden now cross pass there to Azon. Azon now moving in. Back to Caden. Oh, what a stop there by Anthony Gasolini. As I do not have... I can't hit my button for the replay because Updeck has been fighting with me for the last 30 minutes. Nice stun there by Caden as Saucy attempts to assault that bubble. And now another little bit of a race for it into the hands of Anthony Gasolini. Antgas, Oculizator, looking for anybody on that near side wall there. Doesn't connect on it. And now it will float back towards center a little bit, but Saucy able to handle that one. Sends it down to the floor there. The Antgas looking to send it back to Saucy. Doesn't connect on the pass. Back to Antgas, and then Azon with a good steal there. Those teams come out for it. Caden going to get there first with 3 players on the goal, and he's able to get that one in. Looks like Anthony Gasolini was able to get a hand on it, but not before it pinged that goal plane. And that is now 2 for Genesis here in this round 1 of the best of 3 series. We got 7:40 to go. It is now Skull-Crusaders on the Joust advantage, taken now by Anthony Gasolini. Anthony sending it to Oculizator in that right tube. Ock going back to center. Then a backpacks there from Asgod to Antgas. Antgas now moving in. Passing it back up to Asgod. Doesn't quite connect on it. So we'll be a little loose for a moment. Sent down to the floor on a blind clear just to get it away from the opposing team. And that one goes out. And now another race for this disc here. And both teams getting there quickly, finally in the hands of Azon, and Azon dinging it off the post. And now another bit of a fight for it. And I realize I can no longer see chat. A lot of back and forth between these two teams. Now in the hands of Caden. Caden now moving in, finds Jay Tabeka. Jay Tabeka moving in on the goal. Goes for a back pass. Does connect with H-Money on the ceiling. H-Money down on the floor there. To, I believe that was Caden, but then or Jay Tabeka, and then that one gets sent back out. But now H-Money with the disc. Gonna take that one, send it up to Azon. Azon, little flutter, but Anthony able to get a hand on that one, and he sends it all the way out as there's now a race for it. But handled there by Genesis confidently. Now Genesis trying to move it back out of their zone. Asgod able to get a hand on that one, just blindly throws it towards the bubble there, but Jay Tabeka able to get a hand on it, and he sends that one back out as we get another race for it. And it will be Azon there first, but then Caden gets a hand on it, and Caden with a great shot there on the goal. And that one is good for 2. Let's see if replays are working. Yes, they are. And you have to excuse my camera work. I'm not exactly proud of my camera work, but it works. You know, it does. So now it's going to be Skull-Crusaders again with the Joust advantage. Currently down by 4. Pass back to Asgod. Asgod going back to Oculizator in that tube, and then back to Asgod. So just playing a little back and forth here, trying to draw that defense out, and they're able to get it through. Saucy with a great move there on Jay Tabeka. Saucy back passing that one to Oculizator. Oculizator, ooh, a little lag there. I don't know if that was me or him. Let's keep an eye on that one. But now pass up to Saucy. Saucy moving in, but a great steal there from Azon. Azon sending that one back out to that tube area. Bit of a brawl for it here on this near side wall, and it's going to be taken by Ock. Ock sending that one up, looking for the empty net, doesn't connect on it. And now we'll be back out of the bubble, but still in the Genesis zone and back in the hands of Well, back in the hands of Genesis now. Good steal there, presumably by Caden, but then that one taken immediately by Saucy. Saucy going to send that one up, but then it's Azon going to get a hand on that, and Azon going to try to send this one back out. Gets it to Caden. Caden trying to look for the back pass to the goalie. He does get it there, as both teams will be trying to move out here for this. And so it was Skull-Crusaders getting there first, but they couldn't get a hand on the disc. So now taken by Genesis in the bubble. What a grab there from Antgas in the in the goal as he sends that one back out. And still a lot of back and forth here between the two teams. And now Oculizator getting a hand on that. I apologize, Ock, if you were watching this the VOD here, as I definitely did get that one in frame as much as I'm sure you would like, as I was surprised by it. Great shot there from Antgas, sending that one in for 3, or excuse me, Oculizator sending that one in for 3. And so now it is tied up, or not tied up, excuse me. I'm all sorts of out of sorts. Skull-Crusaders currently down by 1, but with that last 3 there, definitely still in this game. So Azon trying to get that one, feed that one to the bubble. He does. And Anthony Gasolini, you can see he's not feeling good about that one. His hands on his heads there, as I believe he did make the save, but then accidentally self-goaled it. Maybe trying to, maybe trying to send it out, or any number of reasons that could have happened, but it did. So Asgard now, Skull-Crusaders now down by 3. Asgard looking to move this one through mid, sending the pass there to Saucy, but doesn't connect on it, and Ock sends that one right back out. That was not Ock. I'm not sure who that was. And then Azon with a great shot there on goal, gets that one in. Skull-Crusaders currently down by 5. 2 minutes and 50 seconds ago, so still a lot of time left. And a big stun there, as I did hear somebody just dropped, so we might get a restart here before the end of this round. But H-Money looking at an empty net, and oh, what a shot there from H-Money in the trench from 17 meters, or excuse me, 24 meters out, 17 meters a second, getting that one good for 3. And Genesis might be running away with it here, currently up by 9. And I definitely heard somebody drop, but everybody's still apparently in the game. So we seem to be good to go for the remainder of this round. Pass over there to Saucy on that left tube. Does connect on it. Saucy looking for the cross there to Oculizator. Ock going back to Antgas. Antgas now moving back into the Genesis zone. Antgas sending it up to Saucy. Saucy now looking for over his pass options. Does find Ock. Ock back passing there to Antgas. Antgas now moving in on the bubble. Going to the floor. But he gets intercepted there by Jay Tabeka, who tries to send that one back out as I completely lose track of the disc. And then a great save there by H-Money. And again, I am so sorry for the camera work. But now looks like Genesis is going to be able to get there first. So the only ones in the bubble now taken by H-Money. And H-Money off of the mark. Sends that one just wide. It's now taken by Azon. Azon up to Jay Tabaka. Jay Tabaka hitting H-Money on the ceiling. H-Money trying to come in. But then Antgas getting a hand on that one, sending that one back to that right tube, and they're going to chase it down, looking for an empty net. Are they going to hit it? No, just off the mark. But Anthony Gasolini with a second opportunity there is able to get that one in for 2. And now it's a 6-point game with just about, how much time left? It's going to be just under a minute. So it's still possible. They're not too far behind. There is enough time left, but if they want to make something happen, they have to make it happen soon. So now it is Genesis with the joust advantage. Going to be taken by H-Money, sending that one to that left tube to Caden. Caden sending that one right up to Azon. Azon getting stunned out there by Asgard as he tried to assault that bubble there. And now it's handled by Saucy. Saucy going to that right tube area there to Oculizator. Oculizator trying to move through the tube. Good jukes from Ock to get that pass back to Saucy. Saucy ducking the defender, Azon. And now back passing that one for the reset to Oculizator. And they're going to have to score literally in the next 10 seconds if they want any opportunity here to come back in this game. So Ock moving in on the bubble. 5 seconds to go before they're out of time. Anthony getting a pass down to Saucy. Doesn't connect on it. And Caden able to set that one out. And that will be round 1 to Genesis with just 7 seconds remaining. So Oculizator just going to send that one back out, prevent Genesis from getting any more goals here in this round one. But that round one does go to Genesis, 11-5. Oh, and I'm just now seeing that after a recent import, we cannot see the stats on the screen here. It's going to be something I have to mess with again in the future. But just give you a quick readout. Game high points shared to Oculizator and H Money, both with 3, and then 2 apiece to Caden, Azon, and Anthony Gasolini. That's on both teams there. So yeah, no individual player in the game yet getting any more than 1 goal. A couple 3-pointers scored, but the real worthy of note at the moment is going to be Anthony Gasolini with 7 saves. You know, I can take us back to the gameplay screen so you can see this here with me. Let's go ahead and bring that back. Now you can see it. There we go. Yeah, Antgas with 6 saves in 1 game. That is absolutely insane. As well, with 2 points and 1 steal. So MVP of that round one definitely going there to Antgas, even though it was Genesis coming away with the win. Antgas pulling a lot of weight there on Skull-Crusaders back in goal. Definitely could have been a mercy given the number of saves that occurred. But now it's going to be Skull-Crusaders at the start of round 2 here. Yep, we got the round count good and everything, and that is an updated UI there. Brought to you by Palador. He gave me the updated assets just a few hours ago. So just give me just one moment. And it just now occurred to me that you guys cannot hear any of the game audios again from a recent update. Some of the settings change on us, and it's so easy to miss just one of them. And I've missed probably 2 or 3 at this point. So we will find this output real quick. There it is. Now H-Money with a goal there. I did not see it, but we will have a replay from that sideline cam. H-Money drawing first blood here, 4-2. You can see he comes in off of that right shoulder, brings that one in on the goal. Great job there from H-Money to get that one in. So we'll beat Genesis with the Jealous advantage. H-Money, oh no, H-Money looks like it may have hit the head of Jay Tabeka, but Jay Tabeka handles that one quickly, sending it to that left tube. And it will be collected there by Caden. Caden sending that one deep to Azon. Azon under pressure, trying to juke. And he is successful, at least temporarily. Good pass up to Caden, but another mishandling of the disc. Yeah, it looks like both players had that issue where it just kind of fell out of the hand for one reason or another. But now taking my Oculizator is going to back pass that one to Saucy. Saucy now going to pass that one up back to Oculizator. Ock going to send that one back to Antgas. Antgas now moving through. Does have a man on, but he gets a pass competently there to Ock, and Ock going to send that one up to Asgard. Asgard looking for Saucy, but unfortunately off that block, but Antgas is there to collect on it. Antgas with 2 players on him, still somehow gets that pass across, but now a bit of a brawl for this disc. It's taken out by Oculizator as I completely lost track of it. Oculizator and Antgas. Antgas moving in on the goal, but what a shot there from Antgas for 2. Or is that a... nope, I'm not... yeah, that was for 2. And I intended to hit the button, but it looks like I missed it. Fat fingered that one there, so I do apologize for not having the replay. So it's going to be H-Money again with the disc. Genesis currently down by 4. H-Money looking for Caden. Does connect on it. Caden going up to Azon, but Azon not able to get a hand on it. But Jay Tabeka is there to grab it, so he's going to back that one out. Back to Caden here. Caden going to send that one up to the ceilings to H-Money. H-Money going to move in on the bubble. What's he going to do with it? Going to pass across to Caden. Caden now going back across to Azon. Looks like they're trying to pull some of those defenders out of that bubble to make some space to come in for an attack here. So you see what they're doing. It's actually quite clever. They keep feigning a press on the bubble, But now finally running out of patience there and pass the feed in from Caden to H-Money. H-Money's able to put that one in for 2. And I bring it within 2.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So now Skull-Crusaders again with the joust advantage. Coming out here, Anthony Gasolini going to take that disc, take his time with it, send it off to that right tube there to Oculizator. Oculizator going to send it back to Antgas. Antgas now trying to draw that stack out, but the stack splits, so he goes for that opportunity on the splitting of the stack, but doesn't connect on the pass. And so it does end up in the hands of Genesis and try to send it in, but Oculizator getting back there quick enough to make a defensive play on that. And now it's kind of going to be handled a little bit around the Skull Crusader zone. A couple stuns going out, and now it's going to be Caden moving in on the bubble with the goalie getting assaulted there, but getting the shield up, and he was able to stay unstunned, but still the distraction good enough. Caden's able to bring that one in for 2, and now it is tied up just about halfway through this round 2.
3, 2, 1.
So now it's Antgas with the disc. Antgas looking for Ock. Does find Ock. Does get it on the rebound off the wall there. Ock crossing that one over to Saucy. Saucy now sending that one to mid. And Asgard getting stunned out at mid. And that one drifts back into the hands of Oculizator. He gets back there very quickly. Ock doing a good job of maintaining his backline when their backliner gets stunned out. H-Money going to take that one, send it through mid all the way down. No one able to get a hand on it before it gets down there. And now it's going to be in the hands of Ock. Oculizator moving up, and I have lost. There we go. That one gets sent all the way down, and it will be a bit of a race, but it is Genesis getting there first into the hands of H-Money. H-Money sending that one back out to that right tube. It's going to be another clear as the teams try to boost down to get to it, to be the ones to get to it first. But it is Skull Crusaders there first, so trying to get it out. Another back pass here for a bit of a reset. So I'll see maybe a mishandling there, sending it right to the floor. But then 2 players from Skull Crusaders able to get there first and back passing to the goalie of Anthony Gasolini. Antgas sending that one back to that left tube area to Oculizator. Ock maybe going for a boop shot. Is it on? It is! That was for 39 meters out. 12 meters a second bouncing off of that ceiling there. Good for 3. And I definitely hit the record and play button there, and nothing happened. So I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, maybe my up deck is revolting against me. But now H-Money going to go to that left too. To Caden. Caden looking for Azon, but Azon not able to handle that one. And we'll bounce around that orange bubble a little bit, and then Anthony Gasolini able to send that one back out a little bit. But right in the hands of Jay Tabeka. Jay Tabeka sending that one to Caden. Caden back passing that one to H-Money. Now H-Money going to try to draw some of these defenders out. Do send it up to the ceiling there to Azon. Azon trying to juke around on Ness, but it does get stolen there by Oculizator. Oculizator now with the disc. Going to look over his options, just send that one out. Just going to go ahead and dump it. And I see a bit of a race for it here. Both teams coming in hot. Into the hands of Oculizator. Sends it off of the backboard and in off of that back cone. And I'm definitely hitting these buttons now, so please work. And no, it appears I am having the issue where UpDeck is no longer communicating with my computer, but it's not telling me yet. It still thinks it's connected, but it's not. So I apologize for that, as my replays are now broken. So it is Skull Crusaders currently up by 6 with 2.5 minutes to go. Genesis now with the joust advantage. H-Money getting stunned out. So that pass attempt bounces around. Picked up by Oculizator. Is able to send that one in for 3. And now Skull Crusaders running away with this round 2.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
Yep, can confirm that my up deck is no longer working. So, here we go. Skull Crusaders now up by, what is that? Do some quick math in the head. It's 6 and 3, 9. 9 points currently. Whoop, as I lose track of the disc there. Now Azon moving into the bubble, but it gets slapped out there by Anthony Gasolini. And that one gets sent out to that far side wall. Bit of a stun battle for Ock comes away with it. Now we're going to see an attempt at a dribble, but a good Lead share from Caden and a good back chain there from H-Money and a partner. They're able to send this one back in. Now taken by Oculizator. He's going to send that one back out again. But H-Money is there. He's under pressure. Excuse my camera work. As that one gets sent back into that orange bubble. But then handled by Antgas again. And back out to mid. A little bit of a race for it here. And a slap dinging off of the post at goal. So very close on the slap. Now into the hands of Antgas. Antgas sending that one up to Saucy. Saucy moving in, but he gets stunned out by the defending player, and that one gets sent back out, but it is Oculizator ready for that one. And he sends that one back in for another potential assault on the blue bubble here, and a cross pass there off of the mark. Oculizator going to get there first, but is under pressure from Jay Tabeka, but he gets that pass off to Saucy. Saucy moving in on bubble, goes to that pass up to Nest, but Azon able to get a hand on that and send it all the way back out, and will be a bit of a boost for it, and it will be Jay Tabeka getting there first, putting it in for 2. But with only about 50 seconds to go, once we come out of these tubes, round 2 will be in the hands of Skull-Crusaders, so we will be going to a round 3.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The Skull-Crusaders up by 7 with only 13 seconds to go. See if Genesis gets another point here. Oh, they do really good off of that joust. But it looks like it's going to be in the hands of Ock. Ock's going to send that one back comfortably just across the floor there to the other side. And that will be the end of round 2. Skull-Crusaders 13. Genesis 6. Oh, and that does remind me that, now it's working. So I don't know what was going on with Updeck there, but it was not working for several minutes. Late Toast complaining that the stream is laggy. If anybody else is having some lag issues with the stream, feel free to speak up. Because I have had those issues in the past. We thought we addressed them. But if it's still happening now, it's definitely something that we should be conscious of going into the future. But I can we will go ahead and bring you back to the gameplay here as we can take a look over those stats from that game. Antgas now up to 8 saves total across these 2 games. Of course, 6 of those coming in that first round. Oculizator with a game high points of 12, 4 to Anthony Gasolini. Oculizator also picking up 2 saves in that round as well. AYXO on is Azon. It's just another account of his, I suppose. I know he has at least one other. Then, of course, 5 points to H-Money, 4 points to Caden, 2 points apiece to Jay Tabeka and Azon. As we start this round 3 between these 2 teams. And that one is won decidedly there by Skull-Crusaders, but immediately into the hands of Azon. Of Genesis, but then back at then into Asgard, and then oh my god, I can't keep up with it. I can't keep up with it. That was way too much back and forth, way too fast. So now Jay Tabeka trying to send that one to the floor. Does find Azon there. Azon going to back that one out, but it goes all the way as nobody is there to collect on it, and that is a self clear, and all the way into their own bubble, and it is going to be Saucy there first. Saucy against the goaltender does get back there just in time. And that will be the first blood here in this round 3. And there we go. Everything's working again. I can't explain it. It's just the way it is.
7, 6, 5,
And there we are. So, Skull-Crusaders up by 2 here in round 1, round 3, 1 minute in.
and we're underway.
So Jay Tabeka sending that one to that right tube to H-Money. H-Money now is just going to take his time moving in. Does get the pass across there to Caden. Caden now looking over his options. Going back there to H-Money. H-Money now, as I can't see him. H-Money looking for Jay Tabeka. Does ultimately find the target. Maybe some incidents. Jay Tabeka now looking over his options. Goes to H-Money on the ceiling there. H-Money coming in on the goalie. And he does get it in for 2. That is good enough to tie it up there. Make sure everything is still working. Yes, it is.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So now will be Skull-Crusaders adjust advantage. Game tied up with 8 minutes to go.
Teams arena.
Antcast there looking for that pass to Saucy. Disconnect on it. Saucy going back to Asgard. Asgard going back to Saucy. Saucy going all the way across there to Oculizator. Ock trying to move through that right tube. Does. Looking for another boop shot, but there is a goalie in the goal there, so H-Money able to get a hand on that. And H-Money going to clear that one back out as teams now trying to move through to get a hand on it. Jada Baker with a great shield there through mid. Oculizator ultimately able to get the hand on it first, sending it back to that left tube. And now a little bit more of a brawl for it. Back into the hands of Azon. Azon now sending it in. It's going to be in that trench area. Now taken by Asgard, but then picked up by Jay Tabeka. Jay Tabeka moving in on the bubble. Does have a friend moving in with him, but his friend under siege, so they send that one back. And unfortunately, another self-clear there for Genesis. Genesis, excuse my jerky camera movements. Oh, a lot of bouncing with this disc here. Doing a lot of circles. That one ultimately able to get all the way out there. But with Anthony Gasolini already waiting for it in the backfield, he gets there with not much issue. But now, again, a lot more back and forth here. I hesitate to even try to call any of this because I can't keep up. So now back into the hands of Genesis. Jay Tabeka sending that one in, but immediately in the hands of Anthony Gasolini. It's starting to think that maybe one of these teams should opt to do a little less clear and boosting because it's just going right into the hands of the other team. And here we see Skull-Crusaders, the first team, attempting to just control it all the way down as they move in with 3. They have a man in the backfield, and they do pass it back to Oculizator. Now moving in, going back to Antcast. Antcast moving in on the right side of that bubble, going back to Oculizator. Oculizator now trying to juke. Does juke kind of, but Asgard trying to get there first. He is under pressure. Does send it up to Saucer, so there's 2 defenders back. They're trying to take advantage of it, but the pass does not go. And the goalie comes out, able to send that one back out, but immediately back in the hands of Asgard. Asgard now looking for that pass to the star there, but Caden able to pick that one in, and he sends that one back out. So maybe another race here as both teams trying to get to this one first. It will be Azon. Azon now moving in, maybe going to try to do some moves here, but opts for that back pass there to Caden. Caden now trying to make some space for himself. Goes to this near side wall here to Jay Tabeka. Jay Tabeka now looking over his options. Go to the far side there to H-Money. The UI is now starting to lag behind a little bit. H-Money sending that one up to Jay Tabeka. Jay Tabeka. Ooh, what a shot there from Jay Tabeka from that left shoulder. He's able to put that one in for 2. And now Genesis, that took almost 3 minutes. Genesis up 4-2. And you're going to have to excuse my chair noises. As I also now just realized that some other settings that are really important to me got reset. Now it's going to be AZ God moving in. Asgard, as I was informed, is the appropriate way to say his name. Going to take his time. Still a lot of time left in this game. Skull-Crusaders only down by 2. Saucy sending that one across there. Dangerous pass, but it does connect to Oculizator. Ock under pressure from that chain. Passes down to the floor to Asgard. Asgard now moving in. Passing it up to Saucy. Saucy now moving in. Coming in on the bubble. Oh, errant pass there, but fortunate bounce right in the hand of Asgard. And then back to Saucy. Saucy maybe looking for a shot opportunity. But a good steal there from Genesis, sending it back out to mid. Now into the hands of Jay Tabeka. Jay Tabeka looking for a deep shot. Doesn't connect on it. And it will go in the hands of Antcast, but Antcast getting stunned out there by H-Money. H-Money coming in on the goalie, and he does get that one good for 2. And that will extend the Genesis lead by 4. And it looks like, Updeck has now gone offline again. So I do apologize for having inconsistent replays. So this Skull-Crusaders with Joust advantage, currently down by 4, under 4 minutes to go here. Asgard going to move it over the bow tie there, send it to that left tube to Saucy. Saucy now moving in, looking at an empty net, goes for the shot. But H-Money does get back there quick enough, send that one back out. H-Money up to Jay Tabeka. Jay Tabeka looking for a deep shot himself, but off of the side of the clock there. That one gets set up towards the ceiling, but into the hands of Jay Tabeka, recovering his own long rebound, goes across, ceiling to H-Money. H-Money trying to move in, but with 3 defenders there, they're not going to let him through. And that one gets sent out now as the chains go out. So now in the hands of Saucy. Saucy sending that one back to Asgard. Doesn't connect on it. So we'll bounce around a little bit. But now it's in the hands of Antgas. Antgas sending that one up to Oculizator. Oculizator finding Asgard. Asgard going down to the floor looking for Saucy. Doesn't connect on it. So it will be taken by the goalie there. H-Money. H-Money going to send that one all the way out as we get another boost race for it here. Two teams getting in there quick. Into the hands of Caden. But a great headbutt or something. But then SirDimwi picks that one up and extends her lead to 6.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, so we'll be Skull-Crusaders with the Jealous Advantage. Asgard now with the disc. Going to move in slowly over this bow tie. Can't be moving too slow here with only 2.5 minutes to go. Down by 6. That's a minimum of 2 goals. So they're going to want to get in. Of course, they do still have time, but every moment is a moment lost. Someone looking for a pass there to that far side wall to Oculizator. Doesn't connect on it. They get stunned out, but Asgard, into the hands now of Oculizator. Back in the hands of Oculizator. Ock doing a little bit of a juke there over the top of another player. But the disc is loose. Now in the hands of Asgard. Asgard sending that one to Antgas. Antgas moving in. And what a grab there from, who was that? SirDimwi. SirDimwi sending that one all the way back out. And it will be a bit of a race for it here through mid. But it's H-Money there first. H-Money currently uncontested. Able to put that one in for 2. And extend that lead to 8.
Get to your lockers. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
So 8 points, that's a minimum of 3 goals. That's a minimum of 45 seconds. They'd have to score 3 goals in the next 30 seconds or so. But then that one taken there. Who was that by SirDimwi? Great steal there by SirDimwi to bring his team up by 11 here in this round 3. And now down to 55 seconds. I do believe we are out of mathematical time. It does look like this round 3 will be in the hands of Genesis here. So this one taken by Antgas. He's going to send that one to that right too. Doesn't connect on. Oh, ultimately does connect on it. Oculizator trying to get some points here for his team in the last few moments. But doesn't connect on that. And so also not able to wrangle in that that rebound. But now it's taken by Oculizator. Ock going to send it across to Antgas. Antgas now looking over his options. Goes to the floor there to Asgard. Asgard going up to Saucy, but Saucy getting stunned out. But now into the hands of Oculizator. Ock trying to move in, make something happen, and then picked off there by Caden. He's going to send that one all the way back down, and will be another race for it. And it is going to be H-Money getting there first, but he bounces it off the top side of that cone, so that one bounces all the way out. And taken out by Ock. Ock going to send this one back out into the Genesis zone. And we'll see a bit of another race for it here. It will be H-Money there first. So that one not back out, but as we count down here, it does look like, yes, this round 3 is in the hands of Genesis. Genesis taking this one in 3 games, 2-1, with a score of 13-2 in game 3.
Shake mine. That was good.
Yeah.
You see all my 9 saves?
Yeah, dude, you were going off with the saves.
9. Fuck. 1 more to 10.
Oh, yeah, we need double digits.
And that is the game here. As you can see, you can hear the teams celebrating.
How did you, Oculus? You stole it from me, but I got 9 saves. That's how the cookie crumbles, dog. That's how the cookie crumbles.
And that's how the cookie crumbles. And now we can check on those stats here. You got Oculizator with the MVP of the game there with 12 points, 1 assist, 4 saves, 47 stuns. That's not a couple, that's a few. Then H-Money over on his team, probably picking up the MVP over on Genesis there, picking up 11 points, 1 assist, 7 saves, 18 stuns as the team start backing out here.
I call this filler.
Couple looks like they're calling for a handshake, but they don't have all their players, so we'll call this a partial handshake. There we go.
Get over here. No, over here. No.
As they get ready there. So, yeah, that'll do it here for us. This matchup here. We do have some more matchups coming up tonight. I'll go ahead and pull up that schedule.
Good game.
At some point.
Good game. Good game.
Yeah, so at 8:30 in 15 minutes, that's 8:30 Eastern, we've got Ignite versus Spaghetti. That'll be cast by me, caption with Palador on cameras. Then that's followed up at 9 o'clock Eastern with Wireless X versus Instinct. Same cast and crew then. And then 2 more games to close out the evening, 10 o'clock and 10:15 Eastern, Nate Plus Ultra versus 6 Foot Over, and Galaxy versus Chaos. All I can say is I won't be on those. I'm not sure if anybody who or what or when will be on those, but those games are happening with or without casters at 10 o'clock, 10:15 Eastern, respectively. So, yeah, as I said, that'll do it here for us right now. We will be back shortly with that next matchup, so stay tuned. We'll see you soon.